So Tinubu is your master?
Absolutely.
He taught you politics?
He's a master in the game.
Up to now?
Yes.
I'm making a passionate appeal to Mr. President today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you have all it takes to win second term.
I don't think people understand where this is headed. There'll be a third term.
Anybody thinking that the president will not secure second term, you see, I'm one of those Nigerians that always tell myself the truth. The president will get second term, no matter how strong the opposition are, because the odds favor him.
They'll write the results. They allow you to go to the polling unit and pretend that the INEC will do some oju.
Even when Emefiele did Naira redesign, he still won. And Buhari was supporting Atiku in that election.
There will be a third term, and I'm prepared to bet on it.
Hello Nigerians, there is a new update. You see, in my homeland, we have a saying that says that when a child is crying and is pointing at a particular place, it is either the mother is there or the father is there. In Nigerian politics today, currently, there is a conspiracy that has been gradually growing. Some people have even foreseen it, and some people have even come out to give evidences on how and why this conspiracy will surely happen. What am I talking about? I am talking about the possibility that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will get a third-term ticket. Not just that he is going to win this upcoming election, that INEC themselves are going to write the results of this election, but he is going to manipulate things to ensure that he actually gets a third-term ticket. Now, I love the way this man, Babachir Lawal, former secretary to the government of the Federation, that's SGF, analyzed the situation. Like this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on notification so that updates like this can easily get to you. Watch this video. I will be right back.
They'll write the results. They allow you to go to the polling unit and pretend that the INEC will do some oju and announce the result that has already been handed over to them, I think, and that's the end. And now the problem would be the reaction of the people to that. And my own assessment is that every Nigerian will just remain in his house, in no one trouble.
The candidates will go to the courts.
The candidate will go to their courts, and sons will collect billions of naira and impoverish them further, and then that's the end. And the Nigerians will succumb to what we used to say in the military: with one bullet in a rifle, you can get 1,000 people to surrender. Wow. Because nobody wants to take that one bullet. So every Nigerian will just go home and sleep. Some will not even come out that day. But after the election, a lot of people will do some gra to protest and collect money from people and try to protest. After some time, they fizzle out, and that's the end. We prepare for another 4 years. But they can deceive themselves and pretend they are campaigning. For every political party rigged the primaries now. Up to now, they just wrote names. Every SDP, NDP, all these PPP, they wrote. They are still fighting. There's no party
Even
that
NDC too.
Especially NDC. Everybody can beat his chest that we did a free and fair primaries. So what moral complaint do they have if Atiku?
Are you afraid that President Tinubu, as it's been alleged by some, that he may go the route of tenure elongation, third term?
Bola Tinubu will go third term. If God gives him the long life to do it,
He will.
He will.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he will. What will stop him now? Blind Nigerians or a blind National Assembly of crooks? Bola Tinubu will go third term, subject to his health.
Wow.
in a country that claims to practice democracy. Ordinarily, the issue of rigging and manipulation is something that should be unheard of. But unfortunately, most Nigerians have lost hope and faith in our democratic system due to the persistent and consistent perpetration of evil in our electoral system. Furthermore, the fact that our Senate approves almost every bill sent their way by the president tells to a large extent that even the Senate has turned into a rubber stamp institution. Earlier in this video, I told you that most Nigerians have come out to give evidences. Now, watch how Chidi Odinkalo analyzed this situation and what he said the former PA to the president actually said himself. Watch this video. I will be right back.
I don't think people understand where this is headed. There'll be a third term. There will be a third term. And I'm not the person saying it. Okpeyemi Bamidele says they will, he's a majority leader. And he's a former PA to the current president. So we've got to take him seriously. So what is it? Senator Bamidele says we need to amend the constitution to introduce a single 6-year presidential term. Right? Now, so next, once we finish our elections, we are going to amend our constitution, introduce a single 6-year presidential term. The current incumbent will be elected until 2031. In 2031, what will happen? The question will he be entitled to run on the 6-year term or will he not? Correct? You will then get the best senior advocates in Nigeria telling you law is not retrospective. That is why the administration is supporting the litigation over President Jonathan's tenure. Not because the constitution is not clear, but because they will say there is precedent that says President Tinubu will run in 2031. There will be a third term, and I'm prepared to bet on it. So, in 2031, President Tinubu is going to be put forward to run for a new 6-year single tenure. He will do 8 years plus 6 years, that's 14 years. And the governors will be entitled to do that. The first test will be in Anambra State in 2030.
When you look at the Nigerian politics today, you cannot help but cry for the common man. Governance is no longer done for the common man. Governance is now done for the selfish interests and gains of our politicians. What do you think about this 6-year tenure proposition by the former PA to the president? Do you think it actually have any benefit to our country? I would like you to drop what you think in the comment section so that everyone can learn from it. But meanwhile, our own lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, has come out to do an appeal to our president. Baba, please don't cripple our opposition. Don't cripple the oppositions. Do not run unopposed. Very, very funny. Let us watch.
Mr. President, today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you have all it takes to win second term. Anybody thinking that the president will not secure second term, you see, I'm one of those Nigerians that always tell myself the truth. The president will get second term, no matter how strong the opposition are, because the odds favor him. Even when Emefiele did Naira redesign, he still won. And Buhari was supporting Atiku in that election, and Tinubu still won the election. Is it now that Tinubu is in charge of INEC, that is Tinubu that's going to conduct the election, that Tinubu cannot lose an election that Tinubu will conduct? It's not possible. So, Mr. President, you have the responsibility as not just the president and commander-in-chief of this country, but as a former NADECO activist. You have the responsibility to make sure the opposition does not die under your watch. You have the responsibility, Mr. President. And Mr. President, anybody telling you that you need to go unopposed in the next election, the person is your number one enemy. and is the number one enemy of this country. Mr. President, you must allow opposition to thrive in this country. Because, and Mr. President, you are the master of opposition. You have opposed other governments. So why is it that when it is now your turn, you don't want to be opposed? And Mr. President, I refuse to believe that you are the one behind this idea to go unopposed in the next election. Because I remember vividly how you opposed President Obasanjo. You almost like a lone voice then. You opposed Obasanjo to a standstill. You opposed Goodluck Jonathan. Even though you were not physically opposing Buhari, then many people have said you also opposed Buhari and you opposed some of his policy. Allow people to oppose you, Mr. President. The beauty of democracy is when people oppose you. It is only when people oppose you that you know whether you are doing the right thing or you are doing the wrong thing. The anti-democratic forces in and around your government, they will destroy your government.
Barrister Deji made strong claims and assertions in this last clip. He made strong assertions. Now, I know that there are a lot of Nigerians that will share in this idea regarding President Tinubu's re-election. But personally, I believe that anything is still possible. I still keep an open mind. Anything is possible. But on the issue of suppression of oppositions, I solely believe that it is something that must be frowned upon as a democratic country, as a democratic nation. Now, Senator Obanikoro is not left out in this story. The man that contested against President Tinubu's political structure in 2007 Lagos State gubernatorial election. This man nearly crippled the very political structure of President Tinubu. He has come out to share his stories and lessons learned from trying to fight President Tinubu. Now, according to him, he tells us the reasons why he believes President Tinubu cannot lose in this coming election. Let's watch.
So Tinubu is your master.
Absolutely.
He taught you politics.
He's a master in the game.
Up to now?
Yes. Because that is the kind of hair that you see around Oga. Asiwaju does things with precision. In fact, he is an overthinker when he's pursuing anything. He puts the projects ahead of him on the table and dissect it in so many ways that whoever the opposition is way ahead of you, any angle you want to take. So, having worked with him for 6 years from a very close quarter, I thought I've learned a lot and sufficiently to be able to be my own man. But in the course of that, he taught me another lesson, that when you are in school learning from the best, they don't usually put everything on the table for you to see. There are some they keep to themselves in case they need to pull that out to let you know that I'm still your boss.
So Bola Tinubu showed you that he's your boss.
Exactly.
In that election. And
yes.
You accepted.
Of course.
And that's why you returned back to the fold.
Absolutely. There is a saying in Yoruba land that Omode ole lakisa titi koni ju babe lo. It's not talking about this in the true sense of it, but what they are saying is that no matter how clever you are, those who are older will always find a way to put you in your place when there is need for it.
So Tinubu is your master.
Absolutely.
He taught you politics.
He's a master in the game.
Up to now?
Yes.
There is one thing that is very, very particular about our Nigerian politicians. That is the ability to change in the twinkle of an eye. When a politician finds himself in another camp, automatically he changes his beliefs, his ideas that he had already confessed in the time past, totally changes. Now, this issue of having a desire for a third term, it did not start today. Actually, in the case of President Obasanjo, when Obasanjo was still a president of Nigeria, this issue came up, this rumor, there were rumors that he actually wanted a third term, or he came out openly to debunk that narrative. And this is why I feel like it is very much important that these narratives should be settled and calmed. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should come out and clear the air, clear the misconceptions. Even President Buhari had to swear. He had to swear so that everywhere would be calm. I want you to watch this video and see things for yourself.
There are still some stupid Nigerians who still believe that I wanted a third term. I think I'm not a fool. If I wanted a third term, I know how to go about it. And there's no Nigerian dead or alive that will say I call him, I told him I wanted a third term. None. And I keep telling them that, look, if I wanted to get debt relief, which is more difficult than getting a third term, and I got it, if I wanted a third time, I would have got it. But some people believe that unless they are there, nobody else. They will even tell you that they haven't got anybody else. And I believe that that is a sin against God.
I'm not going to make a mistake of attempting to have a third term or whatever term. Besides the age, I swore by the holy book I believe in that I will go by the Constitution, and the Constitution said 2 terms.
You are playing to the hand of agents, including my own enemies, who want to use insecurity to get rid of me. I'm a very stubborn politician. I just refuse to go. And I will campaign for my second term. I will work.
Hey, Baba said he refused to go. And the funny thing is that he said he will campaign for himself. Wow, that's nice. That's very, very persistent. That's nice. Meanwhile, Lawal himself is busy pointing at people. He is busy pointing at people that he wants to lose. This one will lose by the grace of God. This one will now. Nigerian election is now by doing abracadabra, doing your charms, or saying your prayers. He's busy saying this one will lose, this one will lose. I think we will surely lose. I want him to lose. Like, in fact, he's actually saying he wants. I don't know what article. I don't know what article did to him, but he is actually coming out to publicly say that man, he will surely lose. I want him to lose. Article will lose. Let's watch this video and see this for yourself. I will be right back.
Definitely, Atiku will lose. He will, and I pray he loses. I'm not the only one, and he will lose. Peter Obi will try to be fair to everybody. Peter Obi will try to do that which is right. Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, take note, I'm pairing them individually to be disaster, but I'm pairing them. So I will give them on my own scale, they will be close to like 70%. And who again? Bola 50, Atiku 0. In that order.
Personal animals against us.
Why do you call it personal?
Hey, Nigerian politics and politicians, they are very, very funny. Very, very funny. Now, if you've watched this video till this point, I am so much grateful and I appreciate you watching. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications so that videos like this can easily come to you. I so much appreciate you. I will see you in the next one.